Alright, so today I am going to critique my wave paintings. Okay, so the touch-ups continue, and today I'm working on wave paintings. I have 6 wave paintings that are contenders to be in the show, and so I'm trying to select the ones I want to work on and finish. So I'm going to show you guys the paintings, and then I'll kind of critique them and talk about some of the things that I plan on doing, like some of the things that bother me about the paintings that I feel like I want to touch up. I'm not going to do the touch-up process in the video simply because, you know, it's really hard to film because a lot of what it is just sitting. So in other words, what I'm going to do is I'm going to point out the problem areas in these paintings, and then I'll probably spend the whole day just solving those little problems. So let's start off by looking at these wave paintings, and you can listen and I'll critique them. Okay, so when I'm selecting paintings for my show, I always set them in a frame to kind of determine whether, whether I think it's got potential. All right, so let's talk about this one. Things I like. I like this energy up here, this portion here. It almost seems like the top of the wave is kind of blowing off. There's a good sense of energy there. I like how this foreground wave is just lightly suggested, so you feel the presence of it, but your eye is able to pass over into the composition. There's nice light up coming through the wave here. Let's see, what would I change on this one? Not much. There's a little cleanup to do in here. This area is like uncovered. I didn't cover that with paint. This horizontal stroke here, not crazy about that. Might soften that up a bit. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. I like the fact that the top of the wave is kind of irregular. So on this one, just some general cleanup. So I'm going to separate these into, I've got 6 paintings to talk about. The first 3 are going to be plein air. So there'll be plein air 1, 2, and 3. And then studio 1, 2, and 3. And you guys can give me your feedback if you want. So this is plein air number 1. This was painted with liquid as my medium. Here's plein air number 2. I like how this is sort of a soft edge. This edge is a little too hard here, and maybe the contrast is a little bit too strong. As I mentioned in the previous painting, I like to have, the foreground wave suggested, but the eye being able to pass over. This is, pass over into the main feature. So I might soften this line here and also lighten the value of the top of the wave, kind of more like this, where it's this blurred line suggests motion, where a hard line like that, maybe not so much. There's a few strokes in. I like all the stroke, the brushwork in here. I also like these little suggested distant waves, kind of leading the eye back as well. So I do like that. This is a brush stroke here that doesn't make much sense. Like, I'd clean that up. It'd be nice to have some motion going up here. I like this, and maybe even this little one. That one, no. And maybe a little bit in here, like darker in here. So that I'd experiment with. The shape of this, not sure, like the top of that, I don't know what I would do. I don't think I'd have it just be one peak. Maybe cover some of that dark in there. I'm not sure. I want the top to be a little different. There's some nice stuff going on in here. And I'm not sure if I'd leave the orange as saturated as it is. I'm kind of tempted to because it complements the greens, the blue greens. So I like this one. This is definitely another contender. So this is plein air number 2. All right, so here's plein air number 3. I'm not sure how I feel about the composition on this. I do like how the foreground wave is just suggested and the eye can pass over. Kind of have issues with this area here. This dark area, it should be lighter like the rest, creating the top of the wave, like, sort of moisture comes off or spray or whatever. So that dark section doesn't make much sense. I'm not sure if I like having a broken, although I like the way this is painted. I don't know how I feel about having this dark section over here. I don't know, just the composition. I'm not sure about this one. But I will still work on it. Maybe I can add some light in the wave in here, like, you know, coming through the back, illuminating. But I think compositionally, I'm just not sure how I feel about having this broken section over here. Okay, so this is studio number 1. And what I was experimenting with is glare. And I think there's some really nice things going on in this area. Good feeling of motion and light as well. And I do think that sort of speckled nature of that is effective. Also, I like how you can kind of, you do get a feeling of space, and that the fact that the wave is 3-dimensional. At least it feels that way to me. This glare here, I'm not sure. I might change that. And also this top wave. I like how the brush strokes in this are more irregular, whereas these just seem to be kind of all in one direction. I like this sort of random, you know, random brushwork better. It feels like, I don't know, I just like the look of that. There's the feeling of energy in that. So I might experiment with that right there. So that's studio wave painting number 1. I did another glare painting, studio wave painting number 2. I like the sense of motion here. Might try lightening up this area under here to create a little more definition with the lip. The lip of the wave here is sort of awkward. You've got these parallel lines. I'm not sure about that. I think I don't like this little section here. I do like that foreground. I like the sense of motion and light as well. I think I might lighten this up just a bit so you could see. So there's more illumination, and you can kind of get more of a 3-dimensional feel of, you know, the area under the lip here. But definitely it's got potential. So that's studio wave painting number 2. Final one, studio wave painting number 3. And this is a little different because it includes like rocks and stuff. I really like this one. I like there's a good sense of motion in this foreground because it's kind of blurred, a lot of soft edges. I like the light in the waves here and here. I might have to lighten the value of the white water here. I'm not sure. There's something not working in this. There's little bits of illumination coming through the white water, which was in the source material. But I've got to figure out a way to, I'm going to experiment with lightning. This just seems too dark, maybe. And it's not really reading that way on camera, I noticed, but yeah, I think I need to, actually on camera it's showing up lighter. I need to make it a little lighter in real life. But I do like the composition, and like I said, there's like a nice sense of depth here. I feel like, so I like this one. And so that's studio wave painting number 3. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this little self-critique session. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully I'll get back to plein air videos pretty soon. This show, I'm going to try to have all the paintings for my show done by the 30th of the month, and then I'll just get back into doing plein air videos. I can't wait to get back out. The weather's finally good again. The smoke has lifted, so I'm excited for that. Anyway, as usual, thanks for hanging out, guys. Also a thanks to my Patreon supporters. It's the Patreon support that keeps me going. I got a bunch of videos on there. I've been posting regularly, or trying to, on Patreon, so there's a bunch of videos there as well. And the videos are open to all levels of donation too. I want to let you guys know that too. And that's much appreciated. It helps keep this channel going. All right, so I'm gonna get back to work. Thanks for hanging out. See you guys in the next video.